Hi, my name's Frank Estrada. This is Luis Mendoza, and we are in the City Terrace neighborhood of Los Angeles. We're about to explain what the project entailed. What was it about?
Yeah, it was a full house remodel, interior and exterior. Our house was gutted because of a house fire, so we kind of didn't really know where to start, and ODM really came in to help us when we were, I guess, doubting getting another contractor because we had such a bad experience with the previous one. They were able to come in, assess the entire property, and tell us what they could do. They worked with us on every detail from what finishes we wanted, leveling the floor out. They actually also advised a very flat stucco finish on the outside of the house, which made the entire house look brand new, and we would have never even thought of doing that, but it just made such a huge difference.
Yeah, so we had a full kitchen remodel, the new flooring. They even helped out, leveling the floors, new walls, new lighting, new electrical, wiring, sub panel, everything. Electric car charger.
Yeah.
That was icing on the cake. Restroom, full restroom remodel. They added a washer dryer area for us. Took that out of the kitchen, and then you'll see the kitchen, a beautiful kitchen, new door behind us, windows. And looking for a new company or a contractor, I think the biggest thing was honesty and integrity, and we wouldn't get that unless we had an in-person conversation. And as I previously mentioned, speaking with Humberto and Oscar and the ODM team, we felt that. We felt that it was very genuine, it was very honest and open. The conversation was always open, and we always knew there was little to no surprises because we always knew what to expect. So they managed our expectations.
Yeah, they were very forthcoming with our budget and what we were able to afford, but then also advising us what we could do to better suit our needs with the budget that we had. And I think that was something that definitely made us feel comfortable choosing them as our new contractors, which was completely different from the previous contractor we had.
Yeah, and our expectations were managed.
Exceeded, actually. The old contractor wasn't very forthcoming with where our money was going. We knew we had enough money to get certain things, and we weren't trying to do over the top work in our home. We just wanted to make sure that it fit our aesthetic. And we felt that he was withholding a lot of our funds. And when we would ask him for budgets, he wouldn't be forthcoming with that. He wasn't very clear with that. And that's something that we definitely needed more clarity with. So when we did switch over to ODM, that was something that was never an issue. We always knew what we could afford, where we could move money to from one room to another. And that was something that really helped us get what we wanted in our new home.
Yeah, and that company lost our trust really quickly. Going through the process, I believe that they were able to get through they completed the roof portion of the project. But starting at that point we noticed that the work was not, up to par. And like Luis said, we weren't asking for, the world, and we were very modest about our requests. But we started seeing little things, a lot of shortcuts were being made and stuff like that. So and there wasn't oversight on the job. There was just workers that were coming, and there was no oversight. So with all that, that's what we took in finding the next contractor, which happened to be which was ODM. Our overall experience with ODM, and I speak for myself, is I want to say that it was a pleasant experience, and then coming from the previous experience, it just made everything easier, and we were able to make decisions with confidence. And the communication was always there, so it was a two-way street. Our expectations were met. What I meant by manage our expectations was, we would ask for something if it was possible. Sure, let's do it. If not, then we found alternatives, and I really appreciated that part of it.
I actually think that they exceeded it. There was a lot of times where I had ideas of what I wanted in certain rooms, like especially the kitchen, and I asked for their advice with some of what my wants, and their design team came back to us with an actual better plan than what I was envisioning, which is kind of surprising because I do come from a design background. So it was very refreshing to see that they took my wants and actually gave me a better version of what I actually wanted. So I was very, very happy with that.
The initial plans that we talked about like what we wanted in the kitchen, and we were blown away with the initial renderings that we saw. There was a couple of tweaks in between, but initially we were like, it just blew us away, and it was beyond any of the expectations that we had. Our overall experience with ODM, and I speak for myself, is I want to say that it was a pleasant experience, and then coming from the previous experience, it just made everything easier, and we were able to make decisions with confidence. And the communication was always there, so it was a two-way street. Our expectations were met. Like what I meant by manage our expectations was, we would ask for something if it was possible. Sure, let's do it. If not, then we found alternatives, and I really appreciated that part of it.
I actually think that they exceeded it. There was a lot of times where I had ideas of what I wanted in certain rooms, like especially the kitchen, and I asked for their advice with some of what my wants, and their design team came back to us with an actual better plan than what I was envisioning, which is kind of surprising because I do come from a design background. So it was very refreshing to see that they took my wants and actually gave me a better version of what I actually wanted. So I was very, very happy with that.
The initial plans that we talked about like what we wanted in the kitchen, and we were blown away with the initial renderings that we saw. There was a couple of tweaks in between, but initially we were like, it just blew us away, and it was beyond any of the expectations that we had.
I think the most enjoyable part was seeing the whole project just develop so quickly. We were used to not seeing something happen for months with a prior contractor. So seeing ODM come in and actually give us like kitchen renderings or options for our bathroom within weeks was like so refreshing. It definitely kept us, or it reignited the excitement of actually getting something that we actually wanted to move into. And it was just something that we were seeking from the initial contractor and we just never got. I think that it just made for such a great experience, and something that could have been so stressful at the end ended up being actually enjoyable. The challenges that I can see happening like during the whole, I guess, process were handled very efficiently in my eyes. I mean, I think that we didn't wait long for answers whenever we had questions. Whenever we would ask for certain materials or certain finishes, I feel like they were very forthcoming with what was within our budget, what wasn't within our budget, and options in case things weren't in our budget. They knew what to, I guess, suggest to us.
Yeah, and to his point, there were hiccups, but they were quickly resolved, or we were told this can't be done, but there were alternatives. We were given alternatives, so that was very appreciated. I would rate the communication throughout the project as it was very professional. 5 stars, can give it 6. Every step of the way there was emails. There were email and text lines were open, phone lines were open if it was urgent. So ODM was very reachable, if anything came up. So I'm appreciative of the communication.
Yeah, and I feel like both Oscar and Humberto were very available whenever we wanted to have in-person conversations, especially Humberto. I can imagine that he's extremely busy all the time. But there were certain things that we really wanted to have discussions with in person, just so that we could make sure we got exactly what we wanted. and he always made it a point to be here, on the job site to help us out with that.
The project was completed on time and within budget, based on the contract. Everything was on time and actually a little quicker than we anticipated,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Yeah. The professionalism with the workers on site, I think, was always good. It was very clear. If we had questions and they didn't have the answers, they would right away call Humberto or Oscar and find things out for us. I think that that's also another thing that I really appreciated, is that we didn't have to wait like days to figure out what was going to happen with a certain room or a certain finish. I think that that's something that definitely helped like soothe our nervousness and the whole process in its entirety. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the relationship, it's a two-way street. The client and the contractor, between the client and the contractor.
Yeah.
And there were a few little extras that were thrown in, and I like to think that it's because we were great clients. But we appreciate that there were nice little touches that were added, without even telling us or without pushing the issue or anything. So thank you.
I would definitely recommend ODM to other customers, and I already have. Every time somebody comes into our home, they're wowed by how clean everything is, the clean lines, the windows. They're especially odd about the kitchen. They kind of want to know when we did this and like how much it was, because it's done so well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely, 2 thumbs up.
Yes.
4 thumbs up. Recommend ODM for future projects. I actually have a couple in mind that I will speak to them about at a later time when we're ready. But yes, I will definitely recommend ODM as a contractor, because they did such a professional job, and this house it's like a brand new. The interior, even the exterior,
Oh, yeah.
It just looks like a brand new house, and we're very happy about it.